I really want to be I want to take up IFS. So then I just wanted to ask you whether you like, how do you feel being in this position of IFS? Like, what are your experiences? Do you like it? How is it?
Yeah, so I do like it. This was my first preference. My first preference was IFS, and my second preference was IPS. And the service that I'm right now, well, I'm just beginning, to be frank. So I haven't really got myself exposed into all dimensions of the service. But within this limited time, I have got a basic exposure to a lot of things. That is including an evacuation operation. Because right now you might all be reading in newspapers that we are undertaking this Vande Bharat mission, and under which we are bringing all the stranded Indians back to India. So in this limited time, I have also been in an evacuation operation. I have been actively participating and collaborating with other stakeholders also in the process. So yes, as far as I can think about, I'm quite happy with the way the service is, and I'm happy with the way the exposure that I'm getting through the services.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and just as an additional information, particularly if, something that is more specific to foreign service is that, for one, it exposes you to diverse cultures. For example, right now, I'm undergoing my language training. I have chosen my language as Arabic, and that is why I am in Egypt. So we have this compulsory foreign language where you expose yourself, where you learn a foreign language. You are exposing yourself into diverse cultures, diverse social backgrounds, diverse language, diverse climates. So if you are a person who loves traveling, you like to talk with different people, you like to learn a lot about different cultures and people and their lifestyles. So I guess foreign service is a good option for that also, for you to evolve as an individual, for you to pursue your individual interest also.
So is it compulsory to learn a foreign language?
Yes, it is compulsory.
Oh, okay.
Because like how IAS and IPS people have their phase 1, phase 2 training, etc. IFS people, we have a training program called compulsory foreign language training. So that training program is there for everyone, but it is specific for different services. And for foreign service, that is the language training.
Sir, do you get to choose the language you wish to learn? And
yes,
also,
yes,
or are you allotted according to the country you are allotted?
It is the other way around. We choose the language, and based upon that language, the country where you go to learn that language gets chosen automatically. For example, even before I was choosing Arabic, I knew that if I am choosing Arabic, I will go to Egypt. If somebody is choosing Spanish, they will go to Spain. But this depends upon specific years also. For example, the batch which came after me, they are going to Lebanon as well, not just to Egypt. And similarly, I guess 1 or 2 years before me, for learning Spanish, a few people went to, I guess, Argentina, I guess, I'm not very sure, to some other country also, not just to Spain. So it depends upon the year, it depends upon it depends upon that specific year, basically. It's not a very crystal clear rule that for learning this language, you will go to this country. It is not like that. It changes from year to year.
Sir, നമുക്ക് സിവിൽ സർവീസ് ക്വാളിഫൈ ചെയ്യാൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഭാഷയുടെ സ്വാധീനം എത്രത്തോളം ആവശ്യമാണ്? അത് നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പം എക്സാംസ് എഴുതുന്ന സമയത്തും ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിന്റെ സമയത്തും നമുക്ക് മലയാളത്തിൽ എഴുതാൻ സാധിക്കുമോ? അത് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഭാഷയുടെ സ്വാധീനം ഇതിന് വളരെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടതാണോ?
Okay. So Ashwin had this question: how important is English language for attempting the UPSC examination successfully? Or if we can go for the regional languages as well. Definitely, you can take the examinations in regional language. You can definitely take all the examination and interview as well in English. There is no issues at all. In fact, there are some academies which even give specific coaching for writing your mains in English. I mean, mains in Malayalam. So there is no issue with prelims and mains. But with respect to interview, I will always prefer English, because the problem is that imagine you are taking your interview in Malayalam. You will have an interpreter along with you. So you will be talking to the interpreter. Interpreter will be talking to the interview panel. So there is a chance that there will be a communication gap. You might be telling something to the interpreter. He might be telling something very different to the interview panel. So there is a very high chance of there being a communication gap. So that is why it is always preferred that, I mean, my personal suggestion, it is always suggested that you take your interview in English itself. And let me tell you, there is no rule that you should be good in English or anything like that. It is just communication. All that is necessary is that you should be confident. You don't have to have a good flowery language. You don't have to have an Oxford or Cambridge command over the language. You just need to have that very basic understanding of the language and very basic usage expertise in that language. It's just basic. You don't have to have anything beyond that. So that is why I would prefer that you can take that interview in English itself. The rest everything you can take in Malayalam or any other regional language.
Sir, aerospace engineer work ചെയ്യുന്ന കണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതിൽ നിന്ന് IFS-ലോട്ട് വരാനുള്ളൊരു റീസൺ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്താണ് സാധാരണ ഒരു മോട്ടിവേഷൻ ആയത് IFS-ലേക്ക് വരാനുള്ള?
Yeah, like I said, I was working with different companies. I started my career with Airbus, and then I came back to India and I joined L&T Defense and Aerospace. Yes, and it's like I said, it's L&T Defense and Aerospace. So we were having a very close cooperation and collaboration with various government agencies also. We were also having some of the tie-ups with some of the French and German companies. So many of these collaborations, these were mediated by people in foreign service and defense service. So that is how I first got the whole exposure, the whole idea of civil service, the foreign service in particular. And that's why I got quite interested in the whole idea of foreign service. And that's it.